Denise.
Hey, Gwen.
Boy, Friday snuck up on me.
I had an inkling, like I was thinking about 10 of that I should text you. Just and then I didn't. I didn't listen. I got the nudge and I didn't listen.
Well, you know what happened, and that might have helped, but then it might not have. I saw this morning when I was going through my emails that you had added the restream in because I get a notification when you add it in. So I was like, all right. I almost forgot it's Friday. So I was going along, and about 12 o'clock, I was working on some projects, and I was like, oh, I still got like 45 minutes. I'm good. So I'm going along. Next time I look, 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wrap this up real quick and pop on there. Boy, that was the fastest 15 minutes.
Yes, it's so funny when you think you're waiting and it's like the minutes are incrementally going by, and then you're like, okay, so I have time to do this. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, ooh.
Yep. Yep.
So
Oh
are
my
we going in threes, or we're liking the new look? I'm just
Um,
trying to see if
I can't
I
remember
who's
how.
on top of it.
Oops.
Oh.
Where'd you go?
Oh.
Where'd you go? um, I can't remember how I moved that the last time. Well, all right. Well, now
Well,
you're on big screen. Um, how's it look? You know what? I'm full screen. It looks pretty good.
it looks fine here. I'm
Okay.
getting you on
As long as it's not covering our faces like it was when we started.
I thought I was just gonna pretend there was a table there and just rest my like, ooh, like that. Does that look like I'm resting on the
A little
logo?
bit.
Like, ooh.
There you go. Point at it.
Uh,
Visit the Spiritual Communities Network website. Lots of good stuff there. I'm Gwen Peterson. This is my sidekick, Denise Flood.
hey,
And we're here for Funny Fridays to, just kind of, if you're like us working from home and you got your little tunnel vision going and you work, 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 work. Sometimes you got to step back, listen to some nonsensical stuff so that your brain can take a minute to go, whoa,
we
and then get back
volunteer to
to it.
be that nonsensical stuff. And in
Yeah.
my head, I hear, I'm gonna work, 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 work. And that's not the right melody, but there is a song. Work, 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 work.
Right.
Something
Whistle while you work.
Oh, I know that one. Oh no, do you know the one I used to sing when I had to walk this one path that was kind of like overgrown? I would sing that Jiminy Cricket song. What was that?
Oh,
Something.
I
I
know
can't whistle
I know it when you're talking about too.
either. Yay. Okay. So anybody drop that in there. Okay. That'd be good.
Uh, so yeah, we don't talk about anything of any major worldly importance.
There is something I'm going to talk about today, right here, worldly importance. I heard that's like going to August is has a lot going on astrologically, and I can't wait to hear what John's thing. I hope he has something coming out in the newsletter.
He probably, I would think so.
I'm hoping.
John, if you're listening.
I could like I need some fine tuning up here.
No, you don't.
I do. It's just, some of the wires um they may have gotten frayed from use. So I'm just looking to, you know, new pathways. I did my tapping on that this morning. So
Hey, you know what? So my wires were a little frazzed at some point because I got an email today from someone who said, Gwen, that workshop you have scheduled, I can't download the worksheet, and, all I get is a picture." I was like, "Hmm," so I clicked the link, sure enough, it's just like the cover photo of the, worksheet, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I went in and I don't know where my head was that day, but it was one of those things where I grabbed the wrong link and I plugged that same link everywhere. And, for anybody who does any kind of creative work where you're putting together things and you're using links, I had plugged that graphic link instead of the worksheet link. I had it everywhere on all the automation, on the funnel, on the workshop, all the workshop pages. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, where did I?" Usually I try to test those, to make sure it's going somewhere.
That is
Obviously
the
not that
recommend
day.
you know what? Somebody helped me with that one time, and that's what they recommended. Now I'm trying to think of her name because she's very helpful like that. Gwen!
Test your links. You gotta test your links.
Oh, I hate when I have, like, little brain moments like that. Oh,
Yeah, and it's fun, and so I hope I caught them all, and I'll put this out there because I sent an email back to her with the corrected link, and I told her how much I appreciated her doing that. And for anybody out there, when you if you're using somebody's something and it's not working right, send them a quick send them feedback because there are so many little ins and outs and what have yous on this stuff that you're bound to miss something, and I tend to miss them more than I want to. And it's helpful
it's
when
kind,
somebody lets me know.
it's kind, and it's kind of like the online version of letting somebody know maybe their tag is sticking out or their zipper isn't all the way up, you know? That's the
Food
online
in your teeth.
version of that. Yes, food yes. I did check my teeth before we got on. I was like, "Let me just brush them quick." I had some broccoli, at lunch, and I'm like, "Those little green things, they like to hide."
I'm doing a quick check because I had oatmeal. I was eating oatmeal earlier because you know what? I made baked oatmeal. I think we talked about it
We did,
recently,
and, I mentioned it. Michael's the oatmealer in the house. I do my shake, my protein shake, but I just add enough Ninja, like my drink, to make it into a pudding.
right?
And
Right?
I'll
And
throw in
creamier.
whatever I'm gonna throw in, and that's it, and
Yep.
then later, I'll have the big glass of water because 'cause I'm like, "Get everything in one shot, all the nutrition you can. You're done." Woo!
So what did he think about the baked oatmeal?
It would be something that I don't know that he would do it yet. He
Well,
takes his oatmeal, he puts it there, he pours the water over, he leaves it and goes does something else for, like, I don't know how long, and
right?
comes back, and it wouldn't be the oat probably why I don't eat oatmeal, it would not be the oatmeal of my choosing, not like you get at what was the name of that place? There was a place over on 41 that my parents used to like to go to for breakfast. And the bowl came out with the raisins and the diced apples, and just your choices brown sugar or butter.
Right?
And it was like, okay, I can get behind this oatmeal.
Yep. There's a place, it's at a casino in Minnesota. I think it's the only casino in Minnesota. It's near Minneapolis. It's a pretty big place. We've stayed there a few different times for different things, family reunions and such. Love their oatmeal that they serve in the morning down at their little shop. It is amazing. And it's got a special name, and I don't know if it's from the indigenous people there, but it is amazing oatmeal. So it's oatmeal wild rice
Ooh. Mm.
with some like honey in it, and then it has I think it's got some nuts in it. It's got like a menagerie of things in it, and
Mm.
it comes together in like the most amazing
Oh,
flavor thing in your mouth. And I have yet to figure out what all they put in there and how they make it. But you wouldn't think long grain rice, the wild rice, the
right.
black rice.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so the wild grain, you put that. They, you wouldn't think to put that in there,
Not a
but
savory. Yeah.
it it works. It works really well. But
Um,
anyway, the baked oatmeal, made one not too long ago, turned out pretty good. So
okay.
this most recent one I did with blueberries. And as I was getting ready to make it, Shelby calls and I said, "Did you know I was making oatmeal?" Because I gave him some of the other one and he was like, "This stuff's pretty good." He's like,
Mm.
he goes, "I kind of like this. It needs ice cream on it." And that's a holdover from his grandma.
Ooh, wait a second. You've just perked my interest. Hmm.
Yep. Shelby.
Had ice cream since we had our little afternoon delight.
How is that possible? I've had a I've eaten
Ah,
lots of ice cream since then. So he said, the first round, I gave him some, and he said, he's like, "Oh," he's like, "This will be great with ice cream." And again, it's a holdover from his grandma. When he was a little boy and he would hang out at his grandma's, she would make oatmeal. And he'd be like, "Grandma, I don't like oatmeal." And she's like, "Yes, you do. You like my oatmeal." And he's like, "No, no, I don't." And she's like, "Yeah, because mine has ice cream." And so he loves oatmeal if he can put a dollop of ice cream on it.
well, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, he put some ice cream on it when I visited him because I gave him like half the pan. So when I visited, he still had a little bit left. He's like, "Let's do some oatmeal." So he warmed it up, put some ice cream on it. I was like,
That's like
"Oh."
clandestine. Like, let's do some oatmeal.
Right. So when he called this time and I said, "Did you know I was gonna make oatmeal?" And he's like, "Are you?" I said, "Yeah, with blueberries." He's like, "That's gonna go really well with that salted caramel ice cream you've got in your freezer." I said, "Are you coming over?" So I baked it. He came over. We took a scoop of the blueberry oatmeal, put a dollop of salted caramel ice cream on top, and oh, oh,
I may
baby.
I may need to get that or even just a vanilla. I just got these come in a little can, firecracker pecans.
Oh,
Oh, they're spicy sweet on top.
mm,
You see, just sprinkling that on top.
that
Mm,
yeah, that could too. And
mhm.
what's neat about the baked oatmeal is it has a real soft consistency, but it's not mushy. And it's got egg in it, so it kinda holds it together, so it's got an
Like a
interesting texture.
cookie or muffin
Mm,
texture.
um, I don't it's like dry it's like if the oats
What's the
would
ratio you use?
I think it's 2 cup I remember putting in 2 cups of oatmeal,
Okay.
and then you put in whatever you're gonna mix it with, like cinnamon and that, and then I put 1 and 3/4 cups of almond milk is what I used.
Okay.
You put in a couple of eggs,
A
and put in a
couple
little
as in
baking
2
powder.
eggs?
They put a little baking powder in the dried stuff, like a
Okay.
teaspoon or something. So you put a little baking powder in, a little bit of salt.
Okay.
The wet stuff is almond milk, eggs, And then
Vanilla?
I did not do vanilla this time. I
Oh,
did lemon essential oil
ooh, yum.
because I was thinking blueberries and lemon. That's where
Mm,
I was going with
so
that.
smart. Yum. Oh my gosh. I love that.
So then you put like, I put the blueberries down and I froze all my blueberries because they were on sale. They were like buy one, get one. So I got blueberries and stuck them in the freezer. So I put my frozen blueberries on the pan. I buttered the pan, put the blueberries on, threw in the oats, the dry mixture, then took the liquid mixture. Oh, butter. Don't forget the butter.
I don't have any butter.
So you put melted butter into the liquids. Then you
Okay.
pour that over, make sure everything is kind of into the water or into the liquid. And then
There
you
is
bake it
no
for
real
then you
substitute.
bake it till it's crusty on top.
I like that. I was just lamenting that there's really not a real yummy substitute for butter, no matter what.
You know, there's not a healthy substitute for butter.
Right. Mm.
Let's just say that there's no healthy substitute. Butter is really good for you. You should
It,
have
it
butter.
is. No, I know, but I don't keep it in the house as much. Like I ran out. Like I get the
Quarters.
right. And so then I keep what I'm not using in the freezer. And I thought, oh, I have butter in the freezer, but
Oh,
I
you
did
freeze
not.
your butter.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't freeze it. I keep it in the refrigerator. The one I use, I keep on the counter all the time.
Oh, I tried keeping, well, this is when I lived over on the East Coast in the old Grove where you have places that have no AC. And I tried the butter jar bell, it's like it's from when I grew up, the Amish people, it's a clay pottery. You put it in cold water and you let it absorb all of the cold, and then you put the butter in the lid and you leave it there, like, and you hold it and it stays good. But it didn't work here in Florida. So everything
Skip the
in my
jar.
house goes directly into the
You know,
refrigerator.
just
You
skip
could
the
be
jar.
eating
You
something and I'll be like, nope, nope, okay, you done? We're putting it in the fridge.
You know what? I just leave it sit on the counter.
Mine doesn't do. I have not tried it since I had the butter fiasco of 1984.
The butter fiasco of 1984. Maybe we should hear this fiasco.
Oh,
What
yeah.
did you do to your butter? Butter is pretty indestructible.
It
It's
got
pretty
mold.
indestructible.
It got mold. It got moldy.
How? How did it get mold? Butter doesn't get moldy.
It did. And well, who knows? Okay. I got it from the farmer's market in the Grove, and who knows if the cow or the goat had a little
Accident.
utter problem. Oh,
Somebody wasn't taking proper precautions when milking the animal, right? Is that what
you
you're
just never
saying?
know.
There
We
may have
trust so
been
much.
something.
Yeah, so funny. I need a little water. Just the thought of it's making my throat parched.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I was gonna say there's a lot to be said about dairy products, because that the udders are really close to another part of the body, and it is really important that the 2
And
not
they
get
swing. So it's like, you do. When we were taught to wash the udders before we milked, because we had friends with farms, not our own personal, but we had to go and work sometimes on their farms. Child labor. I'm
I was
telling you.
just gonna say, there's labor laws against that, I think.
Oh, not in certain states anymore at all. So don't let me
Farms
get
I think
started on
farms are
that one.
excluded, right? The
Right.
children of farmers are excluded.
Uh, it was a learning lesson for us because that was the farmer that we bought our cow. My parents bought a cow and a pig every year from this farm, and we had to go muck and we had to go just to learn where our stuff came from. And I was like, you're right, I'll never forget.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's hard to look into their eyes knowing they're gonna be dinner at some
And
point.
names. We had names for
Well,
them.
it's good not to name what you're gonna eat. It's
Mhm.
not good at all.
Uh,
Yeah, well, there's those running memes on the whole thing where, you know, when people, do their own food, like Shelby hunts. So duck and goose is, what we'll eat if that's what he's hunting. And people, when people hunt or kill their own animals, for food, um, there's memes about people who are like, that's animal cruelty. I'll get mine from the grocery store. And it's like,
right. Yes.
you don't really don't know where that food's coming from, do you?
Yep. Oh, there's a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Well, just funny. Now I guess it's more, um, no, most people don't have any connection to where your food comes from or how it gets there. But I
Yeah.
bless it all the same. The easiest route into my tummy that is wonderful and tasty, I will take it.
Well, I'm telling you, I think you should try the baked oatmeal with ice cream on top.
Okay. It is on my
Give
I actually
it
made
a
a
shot.
note. I wrote, wait, I have notes here, and right there it says baked oatmeal.
It's
So
pretty
I'm gonna
quick.
Google it again.
Yeah, it's pretty darn quick, and if you make a big enough batch, you can freeze it.
Yeah, it didn't do me any good to just send it to Mikey. Like, you might like this, and go make this for yourself. That
Yeah,
didn't work.
right. It's not gonna make itself there,
I gotta
Denise.
look it up again. Yeah.
You thought he was gonna grab that ball and run with it, right?
I was hoping. Sometimes
Touchdown! There's goodies coming out of the
I
oven.
hold out, if I hold out, all of a sudden there's something on the stove or in the Instant Pot. Oh, the
Oh,
Instant
oh,
Pot.
the
Oh,
Instant
go
Pot.
in here because this is continuing from last week. I have to hear
The
all about it.
Instant Pot. Oh my goodness.
Was I right or was I right? Yes or
This
yes?
thing it is. I'll tell you what, that is a game changer. Between you
Right.
and Linda, you have definitely impacted my life.
You got the mama jama of them. Oh my gosh, I was having FOMO.
Oh my goodness, and what's really fun is that it is, the model that I guess you've got the Instant Pot, which is just the
Yes.
pot, and then she's got the one that had an air fryer to it, but she was like it was on, like, clearance, so she got a really good deal on it. Her pot had died, so she got a new one, and, but she hadn't tried the air fryer, and so when I went to go check them out, hers was not it's pretty much out of stock everywhere. I think they phased it out, but they came out with a new one, which is this air fryer. It's, Instant Pot Duo something, Miracle Lid or something,
It looks like a
Magic Lid or something, but
miracle.
it's got a flatter top and it has, the air fryers in it, so, like, you just pull one piece out when you shift it over. So, I'm on a learning curve with it. What did seal the deal on doing it or not was, the fact that I could put frozen food in it
Yeah,
because
it here first.
that's a thing for me. I freeze my meat so it doesn't get bad, right?
Correct.
And so I'll be like, either I forgot to pull stuff out to thaw, or I've pulled it out and then we didn't eat it right away. And then I get in this really weird thing where it's like, oh, I think it might have been in the refrigerator too long. And rather than open it up and check, I'll just let it sit for a few more days till I'm sure it's bad, right?
How very, very efficient of you.
So, and then I beat myself up because I'm like, I just wasted that meat and I'm very, not happy with my decision. And so we did um the first night I had thawed out some chicken legs.
Right.
So I did chicken legs and rice. I was a little, you know, this pot does everything. So I was a little nervous about that. So I did use the saute feature.
I use it sometimes.
So I did the saute feature for the chicken. Then I threw in the water and the rice and pressure cooked it. And um, I could have put it on the air fryer to crisp it, but I just really, like I said, I was just really going through some anxiety with not moving it from stovetop to oven. I was just really anxious about it. So
Did you breathe? Did you call in that meditation that you
I just plain skipped the air fryer part and just served it the way it was. And Misty was like, it's pretty good. The rice was amazing. The
Yes,
rice was amazing.
right.
I'm like, that turned out really nice. Um, I think what I'll do the next time though is I have a little trivet thing that would put the chicken out of the rice when it cooks.
Right.
I think I would do that the next time, and I think I'll do the air fryer. I just have to make sure I can do I think you can use the air fryer with the trivet. I'll just have to double check.
So
But
did you get 1 or 2 pots with it?
1.
You may want to invest in this unless that air fryer is different. My air fryer, you can't use the trivet alone because the heating element in the bottom, it can't get wet. And that would be like if you air fry, you have fat runoff. Now I don't know
Um,
what yours is like.
yeah, no. No, this has got,
What?
because it's got the big deep pot, so the
Yeah,
trivet sits in that pot, so the
right.
rice would be cooking and that moisture would keep everything going, and then you got the chicken on top of that, and then I think you pull this little lid cover thing off, and you turn on the air fryer, and then it, like, broils. Actually, it has that's what it is, a broil feature.
Oh, so you
That's
can
what I was nervous about
on
was the
top.
broil. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it was. I misspoke. I misspoke. It wasn't the air fryer, it was the broiler, which
Wow,
uses the same
that's
element.
in the lid.
Uses the same element, yeah.
Amazing. Wow. Oh,
So it
that's
can
very
broil, and that's where I was getting I was like, "I know I can broil, but I'm just too scared of what this pot is
now, if
doing."
you don't want to say it out loud, text me so I know what to expect to put in my savings so that I can get this newest, latest, greatest one.
Yeah, it's a little more than I probably Shelby was like, "How much that thing cost you?" I said, It was a little more than, it was a couple bills."
Okay.
Maybe catch it. You know what? It might be
Cruise
something to grab at, Black
sale.
Friday.
Yes, yes. Had I known at the Prime Day, I did get a new steam vac, which
Okay.
true to form, I'm it's in the box.
Hey, I applaud you on that. I do the same thing. I I don't know what it is. Well, I kinda do. I get something and it sits in its box for a little while. Like Misty for my birthday, she got me a new Lego. I don't know if you can see it. No, way over on that chair.
Okay, it's vaguely, yes, yes,
It's my it's the new Lego. See the buildings back here?
yes.
It's another piece to that.
Ooh,
So
okay.
and I let it sit in the box or, except for this Instapot, I took this thing out right away. But usually I leave things sit in their box just because there's something about the anticipation of it, you know? I look at the box and I'm just like, "Oh."
I'm not sure I look at my steam mop and go, "Ooh," but,
No.
I'm like, "Yay!" When I really feel like doing it now, I'll have something that works. Yeah,
Yeah, see, there's a little bit of that yay. I mean, isn't that why you get it? Because it's kinda like, "Yeah."
yeah, I get it 'cause I've got, a dog.
Yep, animals.
Who yes, when he eats, he is not table manner ready.
I Our dog and our cat do this. They well, I take that back. Our dog, the basset hound, he takes a mouthful of food, spits it out on the floor, and then eats the kibbles. So, needless to say, there's drool all over it when he's doing that. So you have to clean around the thing after a little bit. The cat, however, he likes there's these kibble part of the kibbles, he likes whatever it's coated in, so he'll suck off the coating and spit out the kibble, and the kibbles land all around on the outside. Because obviously you wouldn't wanna spit it back into your bowl.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
they're funny, aren't they? Yeah. Then it's like, oh,
they're crazy. Animals just they crack me up. Right now, Kitty, the shipping box that present came in, it's a pretty good sized box. Kitty loves it. Not to sit on top, usually it sits on top. This one, there was paper in it, and I was gone, and when I came back, Misty's like, "Didn't have the heart to throw that box out." He loves that box, he gets in there, he moves all that crunchy paper around, and then he lays in it. He goes, "It's his
oh,
nest." He's in there
oh,
now. I can hear him crunching around as he's moving.
oh, that's funny.
So
Oh,
neither one of us has the heart. So I cut the flaps off because the flaps were start we this place isn't big enough to have flaps on a big bag sticking out.
kind of right at shin height or something.
Yeah, just about, yeah, and if you forget, then you're tripping over a box,
Yep.
don't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
But
I,
that's it. I
had-
wanna go back go ahead.
no, no, it's okay.
No, go.
Yeah. Nope. Lost it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm going back to the frozen food.
Oh, yay. Okay.
So the next night, I invited Shelby over to have corned beef because I grab
Oh, you
corned
were
beef when
talking
it's
about corned beef. Oh, you were really adventurous. I am very excited for you.
I grabbed corned beef when it was half off after St. Patrick's Day. It's one of our things we do. So I took it out and I found online a recipe of how you would cook frozen corned beef. And they were just kind of like you put a little water in the pan, you put the trivet in, put the meat on, or you could put it down on the bottom, but in the water. But I was like, I think I want to try it on the trivet and see what it's like when it hasn't boiled all day, right? And yeah, Misty didn't care for it too much. She was like, um, she's accustomed to her corned beef being boiled, which, gives that a whole different texture. But I'll tell you what, it was super tender. And
Mm,
then after we pulled that out, you throw your water in and your vegetables and go 5 minutes or whatever for the veggies. Perfect. Potatoes, carrots, and cabbage. Perfect.
I am so yay. I love it. I love it. Everything I look up, I just go, everything I cook practice. I make, oh, it's it's icorn wheat. It's a particular type of wheat, but I make like
Oh,
a risotto with it with wild mushrooms or any kind of mushrooms because I'm like a equal opportunity. Oh, I'll have to find the recipe and send it to you. It is so, and you need that heavier grain. Yeah, I think so. Maybe a wild
right,
rice if you didn't have icorn, a wild
right.
rice because oh, it is savory. You do
Oh, it
add some.
sounds really good. And I do like risotto, so
Oh, it's really delicious. Oh my gosh.
really good. Yeah, yeah. So I went in there and I went online and I was like, okay, sometimes I don't thaw my hamburger. I'm like, can you cook a block of hamburger frozen? What's that look like? Somebody had pictures of it. You cook it frozen as a block, and then you just break it up, and it looks like flipping hamburger. And I was like, I didn't know the things you learn.
Yay. Oh, this is such a great segue from last week. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
And I'm really hungry now.
Are you? That's good. Go get a
Oh,
little nibble at
your
something.
your descriptions of everything were like,
Yeah, they're
because when
good.
I do buy meats or like you, if I will get those bigger things and then I break them up. Sometimes I even season my chicken in advance.
Oh,
I get it, then I depending on how I'm going to use it, I might even cut it up, but then I put the seasoning in, then I freeze it
look at you.
so that then it's just ready to go. Just
I'm thinking you can do a whole chicken in there, right?
you can. You got to look at the size, like yeah, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm having fun. Pretty excited. Misty said to me, I hope you don't plan to cook every meal in that thing now.
Oh, she would not do well over here. Although
I said, no, there's certain things I won't like. We made enchiladas the other night. So enchiladas, wouldn't
I
work
did
in
use
there.
my cast iron, because I did a tofu dish, which again I marinated ahead of time because it gives that crisp. Like you get that oil, that pan hot, 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 and you stick it on there, and it does give a nice crisp. Mm.
To tofu.
Yeah. Oh, well, you marinate it. Yes, I do. I happen to like it when we happen to like it. Uh, it's not an everyday thing, but I made a Thai stir fry,
Uh,
and oh my gosh, with broccoli and garlic, I made it all in one pan. All in one pan.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll keep you posted because I'm trying to get the rudimentaries to it. So, like, I feel if I can learn what the basic techniques are for it, then I can apply it to my other recipes. So, like, if it has meat, meat needs to cook at this temperature, for this length of time, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just trying to get some rudimentary things. So because I think I have some recipes that might adapt really well to it, or
Yep.
adapt well to it.
You can just say to Google, how long does this weight versus whatever it is, whatever cut it is, take to cook in the Instant Pot? Ta-da! Yeah.
See,
I did move my cookbooks down a shelf because I just do that. Although there are certain family recipes we would probably whip out. Like
right,
my
right.
my mom made some amazing crab cakes with her secret ingredients, which they
Yeah,
don't have here.
I love crab cakes.
Oh, they're on my mind because I had a picture come up for actually and lobster. Oh, lobster rolls. Because we were in Maine. It came up on memories. It is another there's someplace, a lobster place, that lobster roll someplace down here that I saw on Facebook or next door neighbor or one of those things, and people are
Huh.
raving over them. They make 3 or 4 different kinds of lobster rolls, and that's what they're about.
Oh.
I have to look it up
Now
again.
you're talking like the lobster rolls you get when you're up north on the East
Yes,
Coast. Now, because I heard somebody talking about lobster rolls the other day, and their idea of lobster roll was not my idea. I think
correct.
theirs was a sushi roll or something I'm like, "Ew."
No, that is, yeah, no, no. Although okay, we did have sushi last week. I went out with a friend and I had the spider roll, the soft shell crab.
Mm.
That was the roll I got. And it was delicious at the place over where is it Bed Bath and Beyond that's going out of business in that shopping
I
center.
think they're just closing the store. I don't think they're going out of business.
Uh,
Because I heard that too, but, I did a quick research on it because I do like that store. So I was sad to hear they're just closing the store.
We used to love to go in and look at all the as seen on TV stuff.
Well, I loved going in because they always had such a nice selection of, like, towels and things,
Right, right.
and they had great coupons and
We
yeah.
did a lot of shopping there, and especially like college apartment stuff or
Yeah.
that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it was yeah, so I'm sorry to see it go.
Me too. Even something as simple as a shower squeegee. They had
Yeah,
quality ones that you could
yeah,
look at and count on.
yeah, anything, all kinds of stuff. I think my iRobot, my Roomba came from there.
Josie?
Not Josie. Stanley?
No, Josie from the
Who's
Jetsons.
Oh,
Wasn't
Rosie,
wasn't that
Rosie.
the maid's name?
That's Rosie.
The robot?
Rosie the robot.
Meet George Jetson. I did hear, I saw a thing of a flying car on, it was in Europe. And you know those guys that, well, maybe Michael likes to watch these guys that they travel around the world with different cars and they have road trips and whatnot. And they were, I think it was in France, but it was you see this plane, it's a car flying down to the
Oh,
airport where they are. It lands and then the wings pull in and it's like a transformer and it's a car.
it's only a matter of time, you know? It'll only be a matter of time before they figure that out.
Yes. And then I'm thinking, how do they, yeah, there's so many things, issues with that though. It's kind of like,
Yeah, they'll have to
going
work
to be
through the
flying over my house. Is that like, am I going to
they're
be on
gonna have
a,
to work through the AIs and all the, drones before they can work on flying cars.
right, right. I know there was somebody over here that I don't even know what happened to it, but they shot a drone down that was hovering over their property because they were, and I don't know what the law is on that, but it didn't seem to be in his favor at that moment. But who
Right.
knows?
Yeah, I thought there was some rules on flying drones into people's private airspace.
That you need a license and permit is what I thought. Like I know that they do that to measure now architecture completely changed. Talk about that. Like in a city where the drone can come up and take all the measurements and map out everything. Just amazing versus old timey stuff like going out there with the measuring tape, which I wanted to see. I have a measuring tape from my childhood. I want to know if it's collectible and somebody will pay me $1,000 for it or something.
What makes it so old-timey?
Because it's over 30 years old. Isn't that an antique?
Well, I think it has to be something that isn't you can't buy still.
Well,
And
how many 1950 somethings measuring tapes do you find anymore?
but I have measuring tapes.
Are they from 1950?
No, but how would you know if it's from 1950?
It says they stamp them like with the logo of the company. Like maybe it's a
Yeah,
company that
maybe.
there's a DIYer on House Hunters, build your own whatever that really wants this.
You would really need to it would, A, be somebody who collects
I'm
tape
throwing
measures.
it out there, universe. Come on.
I would say it probably needs to not have it still needs the little tip on the end, they have that little metal tip, probably still needs the tip, and it probably is dependent on its condition. So, because one of
It's
the
good
things with tape
condition. Wait,
measures
is it over here? Wait.
one of the reasons you gotta get new tape measures from time to time is because the old ones stretch out and they're really not accurate
Oh, I
anymore.
thought I had it here. No, it's metal.
Oh, it's a metal one.
Yeah, it's those metal ones. Remember that you'd pull out and they,
Oh, okay, I was thinking sewing.
yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, yeah.
But
That
they still sell tape
makes sense.
measures. Metal ones, got one of those.
There was somebody on, I don't know what it was, but they were looking for somebody to teach their granddaughter or their daughter something like that, crocheting. And I thought of you. It's like, oh, don't you have a crochet group?
I do. We meet once a month online. And yeah, it's kind of a fun way to just kind of chit chat and talk about projects and stuff.
Do they
Yeah.
help each other with the little loop-de-loops and
Um,
was-a-woozes making
sometimes we
flowers?
can, sometimes you can, but it's really hard online. When we met we used to meet in person, you could. We usually recommend going on YouTube because there are some amazing people who have um, done really quality videos on how to do certain stitches. In fact, I was just on YouTube the other night because Misty asked me if I would make her boyfriend's coming over from Korea.
Oh,
He's
wow.
going to start school shortly at Georgia Tech.
Wow.
And she's like, "Mom, could you make a blanket with their, you know, mascot on it?" It's a hornet. And I was like, "Oh." I said, "Sure." So she found I was like, I was like, those are kind of hard trying to get them on a blanket, blah, blah, blah." I said, "But, I could fiddle with it, see if I could do it." And then she searched and found a lady who'd already done it. I was like, "Oh, bonus points." So we went up, she bought the yarn that she needed. She bought the pattern, she hands it off to me, and, it's not the type of patterns I usually do, like, um, where it's a blanket single crochet and you're putting in a, thing. Um, it's just ones I don't normally do. And this is probably the main reason is because I have never really finessed how to make the color changes look, you know, the way they're supposed to look with those types of projects. So, I was on there. I was on YouTube going, "Yep, I'm running into that problem again. There these little boogers are looking like chicken scratch instead of looking like they're supposed to." So I
Oh,
went on YouTube, found this lady. She explained it in detail and showed how to avoid having that issue.
wow.
And I was like, "Yay."
Oh, that's yeah, that's what Mikey says. He says, and just look it up on YouTube. Somebody's made a video.
Right. Right. Yeah. People do, is what the second most popular search engine, for that reason. It's got a
Right.
lot of good stuff.
I that's how I
Got
figure
us.
what's wrong with, yes, it does. What's wrong with my AC, like,
Oh,
boop, boop.
yep.
Yeah.
The thermometer.
Yes, the thermometer. Oh gosh. Oh, how many times I mean, that
I
should have been
don't know.
a
I
game,
think you could
right?
have done a drinking game to
Yes,
that.
yes, yes. Oh,
Take a shot every time she says thermometer.
instead of thermostat, thermostat. I got it, okay? Oh,
But you
I
found
still
that
say it
you
wrong
found how
occasionally.
so you went on YouTube and you found the how to fix
Like
it?
how to do it, but it still has a differential of what it says because I have the old thermostat with a battery in that gives me the temperature in the house, and it's still like, uh, 4 degrees off.
Huh.
It's Friday, I had to count on my fingers
I'm amazed you could figure out that it was 4 degrees off.
because it was
That's
like,
pretty isn't that kind of precise? That seems
um,
pre that seems pretty precise.
it's and I don't know how to adjust it to make that temperature be the actual temperature in the house.
Yeah, it's
I
probably
have 2
something to
different
do.
because I had t I'm like, "I'm not buying another thermometer." That's I have 2 that oh, it.
Everybody do a shot.
Everybody, hold on, everybody, here you go. Woo, you think it's water, but it's not. No, just
Here's
it
your
is. It is.
coffee. Do a shot.
I ran out. I'm out. It's empty. It's a sad, sad moment.
It's about that time anyway for us to say goodbye.
Okay. Yes. Oh, what a delight talking to you on Fridays.
It was really good to see you again, my friend.
Yes.
We're gonna have to compare our Instant Pot recipes.
I will send you that wild risotto, wild mushroom risotto, it's called. You do use wine. It, I don't know if
Oh,
there's a
oh dear.
okay. All right, good. Yeah. You never know. Um, I love it. Oh my God, it's addictive. It's like, okay, should I have just another 10 spoonfuls? Yes, you should. That's my brain and my tummy going, yes, you should. It's that good.
Yeah, well, you know what I say to all of the whole foodie thing? We're in third dimension. You better get your eating in because, when you transition, that's off the table.
I hear that's why
Yeah,
they visit us so often. They visit us so often to see us enjoying this dimension.
yeah,
Ah, yay.
yeah. That's your soul saying, "Oh, Denise, have another scoop."
Ex did you listen to my Friday frequency one? Because that was
I
what it's
didn't,
all
I
about.
missed it.
Oh my gosh, you gotta go back and listen. It's fun. Although I have to figure something out because I thought on my laptop, I used to be able to play, a audio that was in my computer and it would come out. I couldn't talk it. Remember when I was trying to ding the dong?
Oh, yeah, yep.
Okay, but when I played it, it came out clear as a bell. Well, this time it sounded like I was here in the dark. Okay. So I was proud of myself though. I went in and I trimmed it, although then the words didn't match. But okay, it's okay because people didn't get that whole minute of me just going with my little oil, like, because I'm hearing it, but the audience was not. Like, when you get those messages,
Oh,
you're
yeah, it's
on
all
noise
those
recording.
crazy little techie things, like not putting the right link into everything.
Okay. Oh, which is why, yes, I want to really I'm gonna be looking forward to the spiritual communities email for the newsletter to see if I can get some enlightenment on the coming astrological happenings. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be a powerful month where each week is in a different earth, air, wind, fire, spirit. Okay. On that note, I think I should go. I love you.
No, you're on a roll. Keep going.
Oh, oh wait. Oh, I'm like, this is not it. There, I need my cape.
Your cape.
I'm gonna go out, fly my frequency all around.
Whoosh,
Ah,
whoosh.
instead of the broom this week, I'm with the cape.
Oh my goodness. All
Ah,
right.
here you
I
go.
think it's that time, my friend. You've got your class to go to it too.
Yeah,
And now we're just getting slap
silly.
happy.
It's
And with
Friday.
having finished my coffee, I know my bladder's full and yeah, it's that time.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody. I had a fabulous time out here.
Loved seeing you, my friend.
Yes.
Hello to everybody. Have a great week ahead. We'll see you next Friday. If you missed us, we are on replay here and on our YouTube channel, the Spiritual Communities Network YouTube channel. And you see the QR code. You can scan that. Visit Denise, myself, and our other members of Spiritual Communities Network there. And I think that's all I have to say, other than I love y'all. Ready?
I'm
I'm
ready.
clicking the button.